together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim, and today, it's Friday. We got a full baseball slate for tonight. We also have the Nerd Talk Capper Collective tonight to be live betting and live sweating these games as well. So be sure to check that out. 7:45 tonight. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we'll take a look back at what happened yesterday. One went right and one went wrong in the world of sports betting. Baseball was okay. Everything else sucked. I went 7-5 in the MLB, up 0.7 units, which sounds nice, but when you start 5-0, I don't want to finish 7-5. The Atlanta Braves team total over and the full game over, never in doubt. Totally did not need a bunch of runs from the Braves late in that game. Something stupid with that game is the Diamondbacks had a perfect game against the Braves through 5 innings, and the Braves still scored 7 runs. So got the team total over, got the full game over there. Reds' first 5 was a nice little winner there. Brewers' double up spot. Corbin Burns is really good again. Really, really good again. And if he's going to be pitching that good, the Brewers are a sneaky, sneaky team, people. The Brewers are a sneaky team. I've been trying to say this. I don't know if I want to move on futures with them, but I kind of do. Because they have a weak schedule. And who knows? They have the pitching staff, I think, that can help them win a round or two. Then that's when the losing started. Mets' first 5 run line. Quintana gave up a couple runs early. They couldn't get back. Double loser on the Rays. First 5 run line, full game -1. Frustrating. One with the Cardinals, plus 116, which was a nice winner there. Then the final game of the night, I was lucky to go 1-2 in. I had the Astros run line, which with a solo shot in the 9th inning by Bregman, cashed. But the team total over 4.5, the full game over 8.5 did not get there. So overall 7-5, up 0.7 units in the MLB. And that was all the winning I did last night. Reverse sweep in the WNBA. Dream +5 got crushed. Vegas and Seattle over was dead in the first quarter. They scored like 35 points in the first quarter. I had over 171.5. And then the Sky got their ass kicked as well. So 0-3 down 1.73 units there. And then in the CFL, I hate the Winnipeg kicker. He missed a field goal and he missed a PAT. I had the team total over 30.5, the full game over 45.5. The team total missed by 3 points. The over missed by 4 points. Make your freaking field goals. If you made both of those, I hit both of them. We have a nice night. But that was not the case there. But it is what it is. 0-2 in the CFL, minus 1.32 units. Overall, 7-10, minus 2.34 units. In the month of July, still really strong, 169, 133, and 17, up 22.85 units. I believe I'm up 34 units since June 1st. So still having a good month, just a minor setback these last 2 days. Hoping to turn it around today.
Another profitable day on the site, though.
I don't get it. How do I have losing days and the site's still profitable? But then I have winning days and the site's down.
Well, let's see. So real quick in July. So for the first 20 days of July, we've had 198 plays. We're up 12 units, 12.03 units on the site. So yay, finally digging ourselves out of the red. Happy to be able to be doing that. Yesterday was up 2.75 units. Happy with that as well. We did start off with a loser with the Atlanta +6. It is what it is. Atlanta and Arizona, I should say, over was a winner. The Instagram play of the day, the Cincinnati Reds. Nice winner there. Mets run line, loser. Minnesota -3. I believe they're up 18 at one point in that game, Nick. I was lucky to get a push. So that's how that one went. The Cardinals remain red hot. That one was a winner. We're not going to talk about the CFL game because you already mentioned it. The Astros run line was never in doubt, according to Nick. I don't know. I woke up to the win, so it looked easy to me. The under in the Phoenix game, I believe, started at like 158, dropped all the way to 154.5, and finished at 142. So went way under the total. And then Nick, I finally got one. Seattle plus 17.5. They lose by 16. Woo! All right. Yay. So ended up being a 2-1-1 day in the WNBA. MLB was good to us. So overall, profitable day on the site. I'm happy. And hopefully we'll keep up a good July. I've already locked in. I doubled down on the WNBA game today.
Oh, you doubled down on it. All right, interesting.
Like a side and a total.
Gotcha. But we'll add to the chat, and then we will get into some baseball for today.
Get it?
Apparently, I activated the Alexa there. All right. White Sox, Brewers, Cardinals, Astros all hit yesterday. Yeah. Been telling you guys about them Brewers like a month ago. Yeah, I've been following them too. I've been betting on them a decent amount recently. 7-3 in total yesterday. There you go. Morning crew. Morning. RVD 20. Team total over Houston. Yeah, that definitely wasn't the greatest. Reds for show hit. It did. But we will get into this slate now. We will get into the opening game here on the slate. St. Louis Cardinals and the Chicago Cubs in this game. Cubs minus 120 favorites with a total of 8 in this one. And this line has moved a little bit. It opened up at a 130. It's down to a 127. So it's a 3-cent line movement towards St. Louis. This was all the way down to a 114 this morning. So a little bit of buyback here with the Chicago Cubs. Line opened up. Line opened up at 8 at minus 120. It's at an 8 minus 117. Only a 3-cent line movement here towards the under in this spot. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup in this game. Or no, the weather or the ballpark. Cash. I'm getting situated. There we go. Let's take a look here. MLB all markets. We have 62% of the tickets, 79% of the cash is on the Cubbies, and the lines move slightly towards the Cardinals. We have 97% of the tickets are on the under, and the lines only move 3 cents. Kind of interesting there. Let's take a look at Ballpark Pal for this one, and they have Wrigley as the worst offensive park in baseball today, minus 10% runs, minus 16% home runs, minus 3% double triples, minus 2% singles. Looking at the pitching matchup here, Jack Flaherty and Justin Steele. Jack Flaherty, 3.24 ERA, 1.36 whip, 7.56 strikeouts per nine, which is 20%, 2.88 walks per nine, a 3.42 BABIP, but a 3.2 FIP and a 4.41 Sierra. On the flip side, Justin Steele, 3.68 ERA, 1.23 whip, 8.9 strikeouts per nine, which is 23%, 1.23 walks per nine, a 3.22 BABIP, a 3.59 FIP, and a 3.51 Sierra. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Cardinals here. 4.20 FIP, 4.18 Sierra compared to 4.55 and 4.21. Hitting advantage goes towards the Cardinals here. 123 WRC plus versus lefties the last 30 days, which is third in baseball. And the Cubbies, 112, which is 11th. So the hitting advantage goes towards the Cardinals here, but both teams are hitting pretty well. 97% of the tickets are on the under. I would expect a little bit more than a 3-cent line move for the under, if that's the case for that one, which doesn't keep me completely off the over, even though the lines move towards the under, because I would expect a bigger line movement in this spot. And I'm kind of interested in this over in this one, and I'm kind of interested in the Cardinals in this spot. After yesterday, I'm trying to find overs to look at because the unders went 8-1-1. So definitely Fridays are more of over days, I've noticed. So I'm kind of interested in this over. It's only an 8 at minus 117. This is also a 220 game. It's a 220 in the afternoon game. So Definitely looking towards the Redbirds and the over in this game. I think I'm going to go pull the trigger on both of them here. And the way I'm going to do it is the Cardinals team total over 3.5, the full game over 8.
Yeah, we're going to start off the day with a little bit of Redbirds action. This is a team that's hot right now, so I'm not in the business of fading teams that are hot. That's kind of the gist that I went off of. I have no reason to go and fade them. They've won 7 straight games now. And this team, I back teams on winning streaks.
They're coming for that division.
Sorry, six straight wins. No, they're not, by the way. But I think they can take care of the Cubbies. Jack Flaherty's actually been quite solid. He did allow 3 earned runs in his last start, but 3-0 and 0 in his 3 starts in July so far. Last time he had a bad start was against Washington and San Fran, which was a red-hot San Fran team. So Jack Flaherty's been pitching solid. Redbirds have been playing really good baseball. Sign me up for some St. Louis Cardinals today at plus 115.
Yeah, for me, Cardinals team total over 3.5 at minus 129, full game over 8 at minus 117.
Sounds good.
All right. There we go. All right. Back to the chat here for this one. Over 8.5. No, we're going to skip you because you're being annoying. Lean Cubs. I'm on the opposite side. We're going to put you in a little timeout. There we go.
I thought we banned him.
Apparently not.
We don't allow clowns in our chat.
Yeah. Miami Marlins are minus 230 favorites with a total of 8.5 in this game. Miami is a minus 230. That's kind of all right. Let's get into it. Miami struggled as of late. This line opened up at a minus 230. It's down to a 225. Lines opened up at a 8.5 at minus 110. It's an 8.5 plus 102. So a 12-cent line movement towards the under. 5-cent line movement towards the Rockies in this game here. Let's take a look at the money reflects that here as we have 19% of the tickets and 58% of the cash is on the Rockies. So the big bet coming in on the Rockies. The bigger bet are for this game. The bigger bets are coming for the Marlins are coming in on the run line because they are minus 225. Let's take a look at the Ballpark Pal, see where they have this game for hitting conditions. We are in Lone Depot Park, minus 7%. So it looks like the roof is closed. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here, which I do not have the pitcher, which it's Paul Lambert or Peter Lambert. Peter Lambert? Who is it? Because I have undecided here from last night.
For what? Sorry?
The name,
I still have TBD on all the stuff I'm looking at.
It is Peter Lambert. All right. There we go. I had to adjust that here. I was interested maybe in taking a shot with the Rockies, not when I see Lambert's numbers here. 7.88 ERA, 2 whip, 7.88 strikeouts per 9, which is 18%, 3.38 walks per 9, a 4.07 BABIP, a 5.91 FIP, and a 4.52 Sierra. On the flip side, Braxton Garrett has been good, 3.51 ERA, 0.96 whip, 9.99 strikeouts per 9, which is 28%. 0.81 walks per 9, a 3.06 BABIP, but a 2.77 FIP and a 2.98 Sierra. He's somebody that I would have written down to have some positive regression. The bullpen advantage goes towards the Fish, 3.92 FIP, 3.51 Sierra compared to 4.5 and 4.34. Hitting advantage goes towards Miami, 95 WRC plus, which is 19th compared to 80, which is 25th for the Rockies the last 25 days. I have really no interest in this game. I don't want to back Lambert, and I do not want to back Miami as a minus 230 favorite. So this was an easy stay off for me.
Yeah, this one was a stay off too. For a while, I didn't even know who the Colorado pitcher was. So I really have no information on him. I do not trust Miami right now as a minus 225 favorite, losing 8 out of their last 10. And it's 6 straight. They have not won a game since before the All-Star break, and they're no longer in a playoff spot at the moment. This is a Marlins team that I said was going to drop off a little bit, and they have definitely started to do so. Am I going after the Rockies today? No. Do I trust the Marlins right now? Is it this big of a favorite? No. Is this a game I'm going to be betting?
No.
No. The answer is no. Complete, total stay away.
Back to the chat then.
Fade Rockies' first game on the road after long homestand. Maybe. Fish.
So that involves trusting Miami.
Fish Friday money line. No. Cannot hear you. You're the only. Maybe turn up the volume on your phone or computer. Because we could hear each other. Everybody else can hear us. Even the run line. Tyson, close and open the stream again. There you go. Morning. Smash the like button. Dang right. Over 8.5 is a lock. No, it's you can't. Oh, okay. I'm taking the under now. Whenever somebody says something's a lock, then that's not a good thing for people to say. Let's roll to this game, Nick.
Yeah, well, keep on going here. Tampa Bay Rays are hosting the Baltimore Orioles. The Rays are minus 140 favorites with a total of 8 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here. And, God, this line continues to drop since I bet it last night. The line opened up at 140. I got all the way up to 160 at one point. I got involved when it was a 149. And it's now all the way down to a 134. So I feel no confidence in this play at all anymore because of the way the line's moved. Line opened up at 8.5 even money. It's down to an 8. So the line's moved down half a run, and the line has moved towards the Orioles now. Let's take a look at the money coming into this game. I hate my play now. 76% of the ticket, or 46% of the ticket, 76% of the cash is on the Orioles. Great. 83% of the tickets, 70% of the cash is on the under. The line's moved down. Line moved down, if I remember right. It opened up at an 8.5 at even money. Yeah, it dropped half a run. Let me see where it opened up here real quick. So feeling it open because it says it opened up. It actually opened up at a 7.5 on some books, and it's gone up to an 8 on some of them. So kind of an interesting line move in here, depending on what book you look at. Big money on the under, and some books have moved it up. Let's see the ballpark pal for this one. Tropicana Field minus 7%. It's the same as always. I don't even know why I looked. Kyle Bradish and Zach Eflin. Bradish 1.44 ERA, 0.86 WHIP, 10.05 strikeouts per 9, which is 29%. 2.3 walks per 9, a 230 BABIP, a 2.884 FIP, and a 3.34 SIERA. Eflin, 4.24 ERA, 1.09 WHIP, 8.74 strikeouts per 9, which is 24%. 1.06 walks per 9, a 306 BABIP, but a 293 FIP and a 3.47 SIERA, suggesting that he's been getting a little bit unlucky as of late. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Rays here ever so slightly. 4.07 FIP, 3.56 SIERA compared to 4 FIP and a 3.65 SIERA. Slight hitting advantage going towards the Orioles, 108 WRC plus, which is 12th, compared to 107, which is 13th. I moved on it last night. I trust Zach Eflin at home. I also trust Zach Gallen at home more than on the road, but that's the wrong matchup. But I did take the Rays -1 at -104 last night. The way the line moved, that's probably a loser. But when you look at Zach Eflin, he's 9-1 at home with a 2.34 ERA, and he's 1-4 on the road with a 5.36 ERA. So much better at home. Really not as confident with the way the line has dropped on me. Makes me very nervous, but I'm on the Rays -1. The way the line's moved, that's probably a loser, though.
I love your confidence. Love it. You're trying to reverse jinx yourself a whole 7 hours before the game even starts. Love to see it.
The way I look at games, I would not have bet this morning.
Okay. I want to bet the first place Baltimore Orioles. Kyle Bradish has been a guy that I've been backing for a while. Baltimore has just been a team I've been backing for the last, year and a half. They've been the most profitable team in baseball in that stretch. And, Nick, you're wondering, you look at this rotation for the Orioles, and it's really starting to shape up. Gibson's starting to pitch better. You get Tyler Wells, who, got hit up his last time, but he's been pretty solid all year. And arguably the ace of the staff, Kyle Bradish, who's allowed 2 earned runs or less in his last 3 starts. He's been nothing but solid too. And he's been going 5 to 6 innings a start, 5 to 7 innings a start. So he has been nothing short of solid himself. This is a Baltimore team that's winning games, a Tampa Bay team that is not. Yes, it's my boy Zach Eflin, but I'm going Kyle Bradish and the Baltimore Orioles in this one, around plus 120, plus 125. I think the Orioles continue their really good streak, and I'm going to keep backing them. Orioles money line for me.
All right. Back to the chat.
Yep. Rays over.
I'm kind of looking at that as well. Maybe getting myself out of the Rays by taking the over.
Nerfy or the first 5, or under 4.5 first 5. In the, I'm guessing the Rays game. Any thoughts on it?
You said sorry.
First 5.
I mean, I'm kind of leaning over in that game. On DK, it opened up at a 7.5. It's up to an 8. And actually on DK, when you look at it, it opened up at 135. It's up to a 140. So it's moved 5 cents towards them on DK. That's kind of interesting. But no, I would lean over in this game. I think I'm actually going to pull the trigger on this over 8.
There you go. Is the money that coming into the game from public or sharp?
The early money was on Tampa. It moved it from 140 up to 160, and I'm assuming the general public maybe is coming in and grabbing the Orioles late because it did get up to 160 at 2:00 yesterday, and then this morning it's gone from 149 to a 135. So maybe.
There you
but
go.
All the early money was all over Tampa.
Yup, orange and black, baby. Let's get it. Went 2-0 yesterday. Stay away the rest of the day. There you go. Let's win today. Let's do it. Eflin is pitching great at home until Tampa Bay can hit going against them, taking Baltimore money line. I like it. Let's jump into the next game, Nick.
Yeah. San Diego Padres and the Detroit Tigers here in this one. The Padres minus 135 favorites with a total of 9 in this game. Let's get into it here. Line history in this spot where we have this line opened up at a 150 for the Padres. It's down to a 140. Line opened up at a 9. It is still a 9. That's on DK. On Bet Online, it opened up at a 140. It's down to a 135. The line's actually moved for the total. It opened up at an 8.5. It's gone up to a 9. So I'm trying to look at multiple books here for these line movements because when the line doesn't move on the one book, I want to see if it moves on another. So line movement towards the Tigers and line movement towards the over. 60% of the tickets, 71% of the cash is on the over. 62% of the tickets, 82% of the cash is on the Tigers in this game. The lines move towards the Tigers. Let's take a look at the ballpark pal in this one. See if Comerica Park, plus 6% runs, minus 4% home runs, but plus 0% doubles, triples, plus 10% singles. Looking at the pitching matchup here, Seth Lugo and Reese Olson. Lugo 3.29 ERA, 1.06 WHIP, 8.56 strikeouts per 9, which is 24%, 0.66 walks per 9, a 3.04 BABIP, 3.03 FIP, and a 3.35 Sierra. Compared to Reese Olson, 2.84 ERA, 0.99 WHIP, 10.3 strikeouts per 9, which is 29%, 1.42 walks per 9, a 2.74 BABIP, a 3.52 FIP and a 3.08 Sierra. Bullpen advantage actually goes towards the Tigers here. 4.27 FIP, 3.878 Sierra compared to 5.66 FIP, 4.7 Sierra. Hitting advantage goes towards the Padres. 116 WRC plus, which is 9th compared to 77 for the Tigers, which is 27th. My numbers suggest maybe the look is the Padres here in this game. Padres early. The market's kind of, I mean, we're getting 62% of the tickets and 82% of the cash is on the Tigers. This line's moved slightly towards the Tigers here. I lean Padres first 5, but I don't want to go up against the market like that. I kind of like the over a little bit here. Maybe these pitchers have a decent start, but then the bullpens help this game go over the total. That would be kind of my lean for it. Would be another over here in this game. But at this moment, I got nothing.
I kind of want to go after the Tigers. I like Reese Olson. He's been one of the more consistent pitchers, although the Tigers have lost his last 3 starts. Not anything wrong that he did, though. Oh, well, he came in relief in 2 of them. But whenever he seems to pitch, he seems to pitch quite well, allowing 2 runs or less in his last 5 appearances. So looks quite solid there. And it just seems like a very short line to me. Because the Padres are so good. Yeah, it is Seth Lugo, which makes sense why the line might be a little bit shorter. But I kind of want to go after Detroit today. Look at the Detroit Tigers for me, but it's probably going to just end up being a stay away at this point.
Yeah, I think I'm going to end up making the move here. I'm going to go with over 9 at -104 in this game. I do think that the Padres can get to Reese Olson in a little bit in the spot, and I think Seth Lugo is not the most trustworthy here. But yeah,
there we go.
All right, let's head back to the chat, Tim. And then,
oh, okay, yeah, I was pass. There you go. Under 5.5 strikeouts. Tigers swing and hit ground balls. But I also do think they get to Lugo. There you go. Let's do the over 8.5. Let's do it.
Yeah, I got
Padres. There you go. No, I lean Tigers. San Diego has problems in the organization. Certain players want to leave, so Tigers my pick. No, the San Diego will be fine. They'll be fine. I know this isn't picks and parlays, but we're affiliated with them. That's fine. But keep Craig Trapp in your thoughts and prayers. He is in mourning. I guess I missed something. I don't know. I'll go check out his video or whatever. His thing from yesterday or today or whatever. I honestly have no clue. So I'll check that out later. Oh yeah, of course, Padres get their ass whooped by the Jays after I was trying to fade them. Yeah, exactly. Not betting the Padres anymore. Markel's got a ban list of about half the MLB at this point.
At this point, just take a break and come back in football season.
Let's head to this game, Nick.
Yeah, we have the San Francisco Giants and the Washington Nationals. This was a game I have my eyes on a little bit here. Let's take a look at this one here. We have -145 odds for the Giants with a total of 9.5. Line opened up. If it'll let me click on the game. Click. There we go. Line opened up in -155. It's down to a 146. So a 9-cent line movement towards the Natties. Line opened up at a 9.5 -120. It's 9.5 -115. So a 5-cent line movement towards the under in this game. On DK, this line opened up at 140. It's up to a 150 for the Giants. So a 10-cent movement towards the Giants, and the line's gone up half a run. This is really confusing when you look at multiple books, that these lines are just going in weird ways. Let's take a look at the cash flow. Maybe that'll give us a better idea of which way the line should be moving. As we have 51% of the tickets and 79% of the cash is on the Giants. On the Nationals. And we have 68% of the tickets and 70% of the cash is on the under. And the line's moved, looks like up half a run on most books here. Let's take a look real quick. I'm seeing 9.5s across the board, and Bet Online is up to a 9.5 is at a 9.5 as well. I'm kind of thinking Natty's in the over in this spot here. Sorry. I'm kind of thinking Natty's first 5, maybe a Natty's team total, maybe a full game over in this one. Let's take a look at ballpark power real quick. National Stadium, neutral, plus 3% home runs, minus 9% doubles, triples, plus 3% singles. And the pitching matchup here leaves a lot to be desired. Alex Wood, 4.18 ERA, 1.44 whip, 7.61 strikeouts per 9, which is 19th. 4.56 walks per 9, a 288 BABIP, but a 5.08 FIP and a 5.08 Sierra. Bad. Jake Irving, not much better. 4.11 ERA, 1.30 whip, 6.16 strikeouts per 9, which is 16%. 2.64 walks per 9, a 284 BABIP, a 469 FIP, and a 4.95 Sierra. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Giants, 3.57 FIP, 3.88 Sierra compared to 6.03 FIP and a 4.93 Sierra. Hitting advantage goes towards actually the Nationals in this one, 118 WRC plus, which is 9th compared to 81, which is 25th. I like the Natties in this spot. I don't want to trust Irving for a money line or anything like that. I will grab the Nationals team total over 4.5 at plus 108, the full game over 9.5 at minus 115. I do think we see some runs in this game. These pitchers are both subpar and okay hitting conditions and things along those lines. I am on the over 4.5 team total at plus 108 with the Natties, and I'm on the full game over 9.5.
Darn, I was hoping that you would be more towards the Giants side, because although they've lost 2 straight to the to end the series against the Reds, I like the Giants run line in this one. If they're gonna get back onto a nice little streak, which they've won 7 out of 10, let's not sell them short. I think it's going to come against a bad pitcher, and Jake Irving is perfect for that. The run line's about even money. It's mostly just trying to fade Jake Irving. Alex Wood's not the greatest either. I'm not trying to say that he's fantastic or anything. Although he's been good as of late. 3 out of his last 4 starts have been, or 3 of his last 4 appearances have had 1 earned run or less. So he's been pitching well as of late. I like the Giants in this matchup. I'll grab their run line at even money, plus 105 area. So Giants for me.
All right, a little bit on opposite pages here, but I do agree with the fact that we can see both pitchers get hit in this game. That's why I took the over in this game, because I can understand why you like the Giants, because I don't trust Jake Irving. That's why I went the team total route rather than a first 5 money line with the Nationals, because I can easily see this game being 10-5 Giants maybe, and I still get my team total because Irving gets blown up in the 4th inning, something along those lines. So yeah, I'm totally fine with that. I like the over, but I totally understand your meaning or your thought process towards them.
Okay, there you go. His nephew. Oh shit. Oh. I'll text him or something later about that. Did you guys talk football that only uses 3 downs instead of the normal American 4? No, we have not.
We did yesterday. I did yesterday with TK and Terry Edelman. We did a whole show for all 4 games this weekend.
There you go. We're only doing the core 4 sports on the streams now. All the other sports are kind of just put back behind the scenes and stuff, and behind the paywall. I like it. Let's do it. You read my mind. Let's do Nationals in the over. I like the Giants. These 2 teams are like a roller coaster, many ups, downs, twists, and turns. I lean on the over here. Fair. Yep. Team total over. Giants I'm looking at. There you go. I might just take the total over. No sides. There you go. Let's head to this gross game, which I'm very tempted to grab a dog.
Yeah, this one's interesting here with the New York Yankees and the Kansas City Royals. $1.90 favorites are the Yankees, total 8.5. If this is not a get-right series for the Yankees, I don't know what is. We have the Yankees opened up at a 180. They're up to a 192. This line opened up at a 9. It's down to an 8.5 now. So the lines move towards the under. The lines move towards the Yankees. The lines move towards the under and the Yankees. Let's take a look at the money, see if that reflects that here. 64% of the tickets, 80% of the cash is on the under. The lines move towards the under. We have 80% of the tickets, 52% of the cash is on the Yankees. So the public's on the Yankees here in this spot. But the line's moving towards them, so they are showing some concern towards the Yankee tickets coming in here. Let's take a look at Ballpark Pal for this one. As we have Yankee Stadium as the second best hitting conditions in the MLB today. 33% home runs, 4% doubles, triples, minus 2% singles. Overall, 13% runs. So the conditions here are definitely hitter-friendly. The market's saying not so much, and the way these two teams are hitting saying not so much as well. Alec Marsh, 5.4 ERA, 1.47 whip, 12.6 strikeouts per 9, which is 32%. 4.8 walks per 9, a 290 BABIP, a 6.62 FIP, and a 4.02 Sierra. On the flip side, Clark Schmidt, 3.33 ERA, 1.19 whip, 8.33 strikeouts per 9, which is 22%. 2.67 walks per 9, a 269 BABIP, a 3.99 FIP, and a 4.41 Sierra. Bullpen advantage looks like actually goes towards the Royals in this one here. 4.33 FIP, 4.54 Sierra compared to the Yankees 4.67 and 4.42. Yankees with the hitting advantage, but both teams are not hitting right now. 81 WRC plus, which is 25th compared to 71, which is 29th. Both teams are really struggling to hit right now. This is an interesting one where I'm going to probably just pass on this game. I do lean Yankees, maybe a Yankee run line in this game. But am I really trusting the New York Yankees right now? Not really. Maybe a New York Yankee first 5 run line at minus 127. I don't think it's a terrible play. Have you seen what the Kansas City Royals record is?
28-70.
28-70. I think the Yankees win this game rather convincingly. The lines move towards them. They have a definite pitching advantage with Schmidt over Marsh. I lean Yankees. I want to find maybe a way to back the Yankees here. That's where my lean is at the moment.
Yeah. You know me. The Yankees, and this has been a beautiful run. Love to see it. Have lost 4 straight, 6 out of 7, and 9 out of 11. That's not a team I'm wanting to back. Not by any stretch of the imagination, especially with Clark shit on the mound. Now, I kind of lean Royals. The only thing that's going to keep me off of it is Alec Marsh. So far, he's pitched 3 times in the major leagues, and has allowed 2, 2, and 4. 2, 2, and 5 runs against Tampa, Minnesota, and LA. So at least he's played some good teams. But Marsh is going to be the reason that keeps me off the Yankees, because the Yankees could possibly hit against him. Am I banking on it? No. But if I'm going after anything, I'm going after a big dog with Kansas City today. Why not? Plus 170 area versus a team that has lost, 4 did I just say? 4 straight, 6 out of 8, or 6 out of 7, and 9 out of 11 or something. And I'm getting plus 170 to fade that. I kind of like the Royals in this one.
Yeah. The minus 1 line for the Yankees is minus 145. So I'd have to go for the full game run line. And I'm kind of interested in this first 5 full game double up on run lines here at the Yankees. This is, I think, an interesting play where I think I might go Yankees in this spot. I'm going to keep looking at it, but I lean Yankees here.
You have fun with that one. All right, bye. Staying off the Yankees. There you go. Don't mind Yankee Doodle Dandy. I want nothing to do with it. Earle Sports Bets fan. Okay. He's playing a two-teamer in his honor. Reds and Rockies. Let's Reds for Craig. Let's do it. This is the game. This game says Yankees are going to win, but I'm not sure. I don't think so. Over. I could see the over staying away from it. Fair. Philly screwed you yesterday. Yeah, they scored nothing. And then, by the way, this is Juan. I got you. Appreciate it. ESB's biggest fan, and then ESB Earle Sports Bets fan. Love it. Love to see it.
I'm gonna make the moves real quick. Just got the first 5 there. I'm just gonna play the first 5 and the full game. I'm gonna take the Yankees first 5 -0.5, -127, full game -1.5 at +102. I'm gonna double up on the Yankees here today.
Okay then. Let's jump to this game, Nick.
Yep. We have the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Cincinnati Reds. The Reds are -120 favorites, total of 10.5 in this game. Let's get into it here. We have this line opened up. Where is it? There we go. This line opened up at -127 for the Reds. It's down to a 117. Line opened up at 10.5 -110. It's a 10.5 -114. So a small line movement towards the Diamondbacks and the over in this game here. We have 39% of the tickets, 58% of the cash is on the Diamondbacks. So the bigger bets that are coming in on the D-backs here. 71% of the tickets, 91% of the cash is on the over. Line has moved towards the over here. Let's take a look at Ballpark Pal, where Cincinnati is the number 1 ballpark offensive weather for the day, plus 20% runs, plus 43% home runs, plus 4% doubles, triples, 0% on the singles. Taking a look at the pitching matchup here, leaves a lot to be desired. Tommy Henry, he's been okay, 2.20 ERA, 1.29 whip, very nice basic stats. But when we look at his advanced stats, he should be getting hit more. 7.22 strikeouts per 9, which is 19%. 3.14 walks per 9, a 2.86 BABIP, but a 4.09 FIP and a 4.94 SIERA. On the flip side, Ben Lively, 2.63 ERA, 1.17 WHIP, 7.9 strikeouts per 9, which is 21%. 3.95 walks per 9, a 194 BABIP, but a 5.4 FIP and a 4.96 SIERA. Both these pitchers have decent BABIPs, and on the case of Ben Lively, really good BABIP. But his FIP and SIERA are suggesting that they are both getting lucky here. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Diamondbacks here. 4.1 FIP, 3.74 SIERA compared to 5.23 and 4.8. Hitting advantage does go towards the Reds here. 105 WRC plus, which is 15th, compared to 95, which is 20th for the Diamondbacks. I do like the Diamondbacks a little bit in this game. And the line has moved that way. The sharp bets are on the D-backs. I like the D-backs in this spot as a small dog. I'm more interested in their team total over, because one thing I've noticed is if I'm liking a team and I'm liking the over, I'm more likely just to take the team total over and the full game over. It is a 5.5 for the D-backs, but I do think they can get 6 runs off of Ben Lively and this Reds bullpen, and the full game over 10.5 here as well for me. I do like runs in this game. This is the best hitting conditions in baseball today with no course field. Cincinnati is usually number 2 there. I like the over in this game, over 10.5, -114, and the team total over 5.5 for the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yep, and I know Nick doesn't like him, but I like Tommy Henry. And you said he's been pitching good lately. I know his advanced stats, whatever.
He's getting lucky lately. His basic stats are very nice, but he's getting lucky as of late.
Well, I think Cincinnati. I think Arizona's going to make another mini push, because they are still in conversations for the division. They're still within reaching distance after being in first place for most of the first half. I like this Diamondbacks team. I can get them at plus money. It's a Cincinnati team that, yeah, they just took the last 2 out of they just split the series against San Fran. Previous to that, they had lost 6 straight games and 7 out of 8. This is still not a team that's playing all that well. And I do like this Arizona team. They just took 2 out of 3 from Atlanta, in Atlanta. So I think it's a good spot. I do like the D-backs today, so I'll be jumping on them with you.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, I do like the Diamondbacks a little as a dog. Okay, there. But I see it take a little bit more value on that on them to put up 6 runs here against the Reds.
Here you
go. Francisco saying Rojo and lean under. Outstanding. Reds -1.5. Nope. Both of these teams are falling in their divisions. Diamondbacks still are more dangerous, so backing them. There you go. Diamondbacks first 5. Happy Friday. Let's win. Yes, let's win here on Friday. Moving on. It's Gavin Day. Let's get into it. Philadelphia Phillies and the Cleveland Guardians in this spot. The Phillies -120 with a total 8.5. Let's get into this matchup here. Ranger Suarez and Gavin Williams. Line opened up at a 125 for the Phillies. It's down to a 119. Line opened up at an 8.5 -120. It's down to an 8 at even money. So the lines moved 20 cents towards the under. The lines moved 6 cents towards the Guardians, suggesting that Gavin pitches well today. We have 42% of the tickets, 78% of the cash is on the Guardians. So big bets coming in on the Guardians. 87% of the tickets, 61% of the cash is on the under. Line has moved towards the under here in this spot. Let's take a look at Ballpark Pal here, where we have Comerica Park as the 3rd best hitting conditions on the slate today. Plus 7% runs, plus 6% home runs, 13% double, triple, 0% singles. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. Both leave a little bit to be desired. Ranger Suarez, 3.86 ERA, 1.38 whip, 8.01 strikeouts per 9, which is 21%, 3.86 walks per 9, a 289 BABIP, but a 5.03 FIP and a 4.73 SIERA. On the flip side, Gavin Williams, 3.94 ERA, 1.18 whip, 6.98 strikeouts per 9, which is 19%, 3.34 walks per 9, a 247 BABIP, but a 4.7 FIP and a 4.91 SIERA. Gavin's not been the greatest. He's been okay. But he's definitely had some tough matchups. But he looked good against Texas in his last start. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Phillies here. 3.36 FIP, 3.56 SIERA compared to 4.13 FIP and a 3.78 SIERA. Hitting advantage goes towards the Phillies here. 96 WRC plus, which is 18th compared to 85, which is 22nd. The big bets coming in on the Guardians. The line moving towards the Guardians. I'm going to look at Cleveland early, though. I only want them first 5. I don't want them full game because I could see this Philly bullpen standing strong in the late innings and this Cleveland bullpen kind of cracking late. So I'm more interested in this first 5, which you can get at plus 105 here. I want to back Gavin, but I'm going to do it early in the game. Cleveland first 5 plus the 105.
You already know it's Gavin Day. I'm on Cleveland money line. I got it at plus 109. I'm a sucker for it. I know. I keep backing him. And I just think he's going to have I think he's been a solid pitcher. I know his numbers may not look as good as you would want them to. But he's kept the Texas Rangers to 2 runs, which is the best offense in baseball. He kept the Braves down to 4 runs, which in 6 1/3 innings. Which I know doesn't seem all that good, but it was a couple of mistakes with a couple of pitches that he left over that Michael Harris did not miss. Had some good starts around that. I like Gavin in this one. I think he's going to have a solid start here. So I'll go ahead and take Gavin and the Guardians at plus 108.
Sounds good.
There we go.
All right. Back to the chat here. Toronto is up to 10.5 now. Wow. I got it at 7.5. At 10.5, I would probably have to look towards the Ticats. Phillies run line and the over. And yes. And yeah, probably for that game, I'm if it's up to a, I never put up Toronto yet. If it's up to a 10.5, I can't put that up on the site. It's a 9.5. I can get that. Yeah, I'm seeing 10.5 starting to pop up. I can get a 9 on top bet. I got to put that up soon. I will when Tim breaks down this next game. But Boston minus 120 in this game, total of 9.5 in this one. Let's take a look at the line history here between Kodai Senga and Cutter Crawford. This line opened up at a 105 on both sides. It's up to a minus 110 on BOL. It opened up 114 for the Red Sox, down to a 111. So depending on the book you look at, it's been a slight move towards the Red Sox or a slight move towards the Mets, 3 or 5 cents. So let's see, 77% of the tickets and 51% of the cash is on the Red Sox. 23% of the tickets, 49% of the cash is on the Mets. 57% of the tickets, 61% of the cash is on the over. And I never looked at where the total had moved in this game. Line opened up at a 9.5 minus 110. It's up to a 9.5 minus 118. So an 8-cent line movement towards the over in this game here. Let's take a look at Ballpark Pal, who has Fenway Park at plus 2% runs, minus 11% home runs, 4% doubles, triples, 1% on the singles. We have Kodai Senga and James Paxton in this one here. Senga, 2.9 ERA, 1.03 whip, 12.48 strikeouts per 9, which is 34%, 2.61 walks per 90, 275 BABIP, a 3.35 BIP, and a 3.03 SIERA. On the flip side, James Paxton has regressed a little bit here, and I think that we're going to continue to see that. 4 ERA, 0.89 whip, 8 strikeouts per 9, which is 23%.
Wait, hold on. Who's pitching?
James Paxton. Oh, wait.
I don't see James Paxton.
All right, I was given the wrong pitcher off of ESPN. Let me switch that to Cutter Crawford real quick. My apologies.
Yeah, it's Cutter Crawford. Okay, I was just making sure that you weren't. Okay. Yep. Good.
Let me Cutter Crawford. Yep. Thanks for pointing that one out. Still, I think the pitching advantage goes to Senga here. 3.04 ERA, 1.13 whip, 8.78 strikeouts per 9, which is 25%, 2.7 walks per 9, a 273 BABIP, 4.41 FIP, and a 4.10 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Bo Sox here, 4.27 FIP, 3.8 SIERA compared to a 4.93 FIP and a 5.03 SIERA. Hitting advantage goes towards the Mets, 114 WRC plus, which is 10th compared to 98, which is 17th. And looking at this spot for me, I want the Mets, but I want them early, and I like the over in the spot. The lines move towards the over. I can get the Mets first 5 at minus 104. That is the first play here for this one. And I'm going to have 3 plays on this game. I like the Mets on the first 5 innings at minus 104. I want to back Senga versus Crawford here in this spot. I like the Mets team total over 4.5 at minus 125 and the full game over 9.5 at minus 118. I think the Mets put up runs here in Fenway Park, and I'm going to go with that here. So I like the Mets early. I don't trust their bullpen late. I can see the Red Sox scoring some runs late, so that's why I'm kind of scared off this full game. But I do like the Mets to put up at least 5 runs against Cutter Crawford in that bullpen, and I like the full game over as well.
Yeah, the Mets snapped their 3-game winning streak yesterday. I'm not too hung up on that one. If you look at the lineup, they punted. I know Narvaez was in there, Guillorme was in. Like, they had some of their backups in. And I'm not super concerned about yesterday's performance in that series finale. Now they go up against Boston. Senga has been really solid this year. He's been one of the he is the Mets ace. It's not Verlander. It's not Scherzer. It is Kodai Senga, who has a 3.2 ERA, and he's allowed 2 or less runs in 5 out of his last 6 starts. He has been nothing short of solid. And I expect another solid start out of him today. Although the Red Sox have been winning as of late, they've looked good. They did just lose yesterday, but they've won 8 out of their last 10. But I'm gonna go and grab the Mets here at a little bit of plus money against the Red Sox. I think this is a little bit. You can probably call this one a fishy line. You got a team that's 6 games under versus a team that's 6 games over, and the team that's 6 games over at home is only a minus 120. Yeah, sign me up for the Mets in this one.
There we go. heading back over to the chat here. No, I need 6.5 change. What? Oh, Cookie Cut. Yeah, it's Cutter Crawford. Yeah, my bad. No, it was never changed for whatever reason. When I downloaded the pitching matchups, because I download those off of ESPN, it told me James Paxton. So yeah, Mets are at the wrong ballpark today, and they're not hitting well. Boston money line, fair.
Mets are hitting
Maybe
fine.
Mets would play early. Yep. Lean under. We'll get into this one here. I did a free pick video on this one last night. Texas Rangers, LA Dodgers. Rangers minus 120 favorites with a total of 9.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot between Texas and LA. We had this line opened up at a minus 105. It's a minus 123 now, an 18-cent line movement towards the Texas Rangers. Line opened up at a 9.5 minus 110. It's up to a 9.5 minus 111. So a massive 1-cent line movement towards the over. This line opened up at an 8.5. It's up to a 9.5 on DK though. So it's moved up a full run there on DK. I got involved last night. I got the over at 9.5 at minus 110. Let's get into where the money is on this one. Wow. Okay, 72% of the tickets, 51% of the cash is on the over. The lines move slightly towards the over. Wow, 68% of the tickets and 95% of the cash is on the Texas Rangers. That's enough to keep me off of Texas. That's a lot of, but actually, I take that back. That's a lot of money, but the bookmakers, the books are scared of that money though, because they've moved this line 18 cents. So that is definitely interesting there. Let's take a look at Ballpark, pal. Globe Life Field. Roof is going to be closed probably the rest of the summer, minus 7%. But we've kind of seen that really means nothing. Both these pitchers leave a lot to be desired. Tony Gonsolin, 6.92 ERA, 1.35 whip, 7.27 strikeouts per nine, which is 19%. 3.12 walks per nine, a 284 BABIP, a 5.44 FIP, and a 4.79 Sierra. On the flip side, Andrew Heaney, 5.47 ERA, 1.38 whip, 9.85 strikeouts per nine, which is 25%, 2.19 walks per nine, a 313 BABIP, a 564 FIP, and a 402 Sierra. Definitely leaves a lot to be desired. Bullpen edge actually goes towards the Dodgers in this game. 2.61 FIP, 3.7 Sierra compared to 3.93 and 3.48. Your hitting advantage goes towards the Rangers here in this one. 123 WRC plus, which is 5th, compared to 100, which is 16th. I don't trust Heaney to back the Rangers on a money line or anything like that. And I don't trust either of these pitchers because they've both not been very good. You can get the Rangers team total over 4.5 at minus 127. I'm going to grab that. The Rangers over 4.5. I like the full game over 9.5 as well. I expect runs. I'm not a fan of Gonsolin and I'm not a fan of Heaney. I don't really have a thought on a money line in this game because I can see both these pitchers giving up multiple runs and this game finishing 8-7. So I'm going to side with the over 4.5 for the Rangers and the full game over 9.5 with this one.
I kind of want to double up. I know you don't have a feeling towards the side, which might make this easier for me to convince you. I like the Texas Rangers in this matchup. You got a team that's won 6 straight games. I know you're pissed off because they just swept the Tampa Bay Rays and they swept the Guardians. This is a Rangers team that's just been really good as of late. Now, LA has been good too. I'm not going to sell them short. They've won 8 out of 10. They did lose their last game to Baltimore, but they've looked really solid. And I kind of like I want to go after the over in this game as well. So I want to take the over, and I want to take LA in this game, Nick.
You want to take LA?
All right, over in Texas.
I do have the Texas team total, but that doesn't 100% mean I like the money line. I just think there's value on the team total, but I think the over is the best play in this game.
All right, I'm gonna double up though.
All right,
I'm gonna load those up real quick.
All right, Head back over to the chat. Tony and July's. Tony Gonsolin. Supness. To me, this is the game of the night. Both teams are doing good, and maybe a World Series matchup. I lean on the Dodgers money line, but I'm taking the over here. Fair. Lean over. Yes, LA. Yeah, this is a big series. For both the Rangers and the Astros. We'll get to the Astros on the second to last game of the night. They get Oakland, and the Rangers get the Rangers. So I'm hoping the Dodgers take at least 2 from this series and the Astros sweep. But we'll move on here. This one's kind of interesting. The Atlanta Braves and the Milwaukee Brewers. The Braves are minus 120 favorites, total of 9 in this game. Let's get into this spot here. What makes this game kind of interesting is, wow, this line is continuing to move. Line opened up at a 135. It's down to a 112. Lines moved 23 cents towards the Brew Crew in this one. Line opened up at a 9 at minus 120. It's now a 9 minus 110. So a 10-cent line movement towards the under in this game, which is kind of interesting, between Mike Soroka and Freddie Peralta. Line has not moved total-wise on DK, but it's moved 20 cents towards the Brewers there as well. So massive line movement towards Brewers here in this one. Slight move towards the under. We have 33% of the tickets, 71% of the cash is on the over, which is interesting. 39% of the tickets and 90% of the cash is on the Brewers. Massive, massive bets coming in on the Brewers here. And I don't blame them. This Braves team does not look like the Braves right now that since the All-Star break. The Braves almost got swept by the Diamondbacks, and they lost 2 out of 3 to the White Sox to start the break. So they're 2-4 out of the break. So that's kind of interesting to see how the Braves have left the All-Star break. Maybe they don't have that fan screaming in the stands for curveballs anymore. Who knows? But let's take a look at the ballpark pal here in this one. American Family Field, minus 3% runs, plus 9% home runs, 0% double triples, minus 9% singles. So a very neutral field, slightly not great hitting conditions. Pitching matchup, Mike Soroka and Freddie Peralta. Soroka hasn't pitched much, I believe, but 3.29 ERA, 1.24 whip, 9.22 strikeouts per 9, which is 24%, 1.98 walks per 9, a 2.97 BABIP, a 5.19 FIP, and a 3.69 SIERA. On the flip side, Peralta, I think, has the pitching advantage here. 3.58 FIP, ERA, 0.98 SIERA, or whip, my bad. 12.36 strikeouts per 9, which is 35%. His walks are a little high, 4.23, but a 204 BABIP, a 357 FIP, and a 3.54 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Brewers here, 2.48 FIP, 2.98 SIERA, compared to 3.63 and 3.86. The hitting advantage does go towards the Braves here, 132 WRC plus, which is number 1, compared to 87, which is 24th. The way this line movement is in this game is screaming Brewers here in this one, and I'm leaning towards maybe taking a shot with Milwaukee. Maybe the line's passed me by though at this point, but geez, I mean, it's Brewers or nothing for me. I think it's just going to be nothing though in this spot. I don't know what to expect out of Mike Soroka.
Yeah, I'm going to choose to stay off of this game as well, although it's a very heavy lean towards Milwaukee. This Braves team just, you said it, they just don't look the same as they did in the first half. They'll get back on their horse. They're still 29 games over 500. Nobody's touching them for even coming close to number 1 team in the National League, or maybe even number 1 team in baseball. Well, that's not entirely true. The closest team to them is the Baltimore Orioles, and they're still 3.5 games back of them. So that's not totally crazy. Everybody's hyping up the Braves, and the Orioles are not far behind them. Anyway, I lean Milwaukee in this game, but am I touching this one? No, I'm not going to. I'll touch the next game. I like the next game, which is weird, but I do.
All right.
And real quick, I uploaded it for today. So, Nick, yesterday we had the Cincinnati Reds as our play of the day, and it won. So now our Instagram play of the day is now 3-0. So you want to take a guess on who's today and who's on the page?
I'm going to guess it's none other than Gavin Williams and the Cleveland Guardians money line.
Screw you. You know me too well. Play of the day, I have it. Gavin Williams and the Cleveland Guardians plus 110. I had to. I'm sorry. There you go. Play of the day. Try to go 4-0. Make sure you guys are following us up on Instagram. I'll throw the link to that post in the chat now. Let's do it. All right, Nick, back to you. Sorry.
Sorry, this chat's moving quick on me. There we go. Yeah, like the Rangers, Brew Crew maybe over. Brew Crew, Braves are not playing well. If the D-backs bullpen did not implode, they would have gotten the sweep. They would have gotten swept by a Diamondbacks team that came into the series on their own losing streak after getting swept by the Blue Jays. Peralta is not somebody I want to back, though. I think Peralta's numbers are better than Soroka's, though. So let's do it, Brew Crew. Feel like the Brewers can take 2 out of 3. I think they can. But Braves might take the last 2 depending on who's pitching tomorrow for the Braves. Yeah, there's the Instagram page. After great pitching by Strider last night, but bad bullpen, I'm staying away. Fair. I like it. Cubbies sold hard yesterday. Cash the Cardinals. But we'll move on here. You say you're interested in this game. I'm kind of scratching my head. Why? Because last time I knew, the White Sox were an AL Central team, and the Twins were an AL Central team, and you don't bet AL Central games. So let's get into it. We have the White Sox and the Twinnies here in this one. Lance Lynn and Joe Ryan, your pitching matchup in this spot. Let's take a look at the line history in this one. Line opened up at 7.5. It's up to an 8. And the line opened up at a -155. It's down to a -150. So small line movement towards the White Sox and a small line movement towards the over in this game. Let's take a look at the money to see if that reflects a move towards the over and a move towards the White Sox. We have, 40% of the tickets, 90% of the cash is on the under, and yet the line's moved up. 91% of the tickets, 94% of the cash is on the Twinnies, and the lines move towards the White Sox, which tells me the White Sox are a live dog in this game. Let's take a look at the ballpark, pal. Let's see where this White Sox game is offensively. -2%, -15% home runs, +6% doubles, triples, +1% singles. Take a look at the pitching matchup here. And both these pitchers have actually not been bad. Lance Lynn, 4.35 ERA, 1.10 whip. Their strikeout numbers are insane. 13.65 strikeouts per 9, which is 37%. 2.61 walks per 9, a 292 BABIP, but 374 FIP, and a 2.80 SIERA. On the flip side, Joe Ryan, 5.2 ERA, 1.23 whip, 13.01 strikeouts per 9, which is 34%. 1.95 walks per 9, a 311 BABIP, a 5.49 FIP, and a 2.99 SIERA. I think the pitching advantage goes towards Lance Lynn here in this spot. Bullpen advantage is basically a toss-up. 4.25 FIP, 3.73 SIERA for Minnesota. 4.28 FIP, 3.80 SIERA for the White Sox. The Twins, 125 WRC plus, which is second compared to Lynn, and the White Sox, which are 94 WRC plus, which is 21st. The Twins are smacking the ball around right now, and I think that helps us lead to an over. I am on the over. I'm going to be on the over in this game, over 8 at -105. I like runs in this game, and I think we get that here. So over 8 for me here.
There's got to be a good reason for me to bet one of these games. I think this one's a pretty good reason. You look at the top 5 biggest over pitchers in baseball. Number 1 is Dean Kramer, 72.2% of his games go over. Spencer Strider's at 70%. Then you get Lance Lynn. Oh, that's the starter for the White Sox today. 68.4%, 13-6 this year. Oh, you get Joe Ryan, 13-6 this year, 68.4%. And then Sandy Alcantara. So 2 out of the 5 most over pitchers in the MLB are pitching in the same game. Yeah, you better believe I'm grabbing the over in this one. And trust me, I don't bet AL Central games often. This game just lined up perfectly for this, which means I'm probably going to end up losing this losing this
And okay.
Yeah, losing this game. I have poker on. Anyways, I'm probably going to end up losing this game, but I'm taking the over 8 White Sox and Twinkies in this one. 2 biggest over pitchers in baseball.
There you go. Fernando saying Twinkies. Kind of lean White Sox. Moving on, though, this one's kind of interesting. The lines dropped, too. The LA Angels minus 180, total 8 in this game. Shohei Ohtani and Johan Oviedo, your pitching matchup here. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot. There we go. My page just went all weird for a second there. Line opened up at a 205. It's now a 178, and the line opened up at an 8.5. It's actually down to an 8. But it was 8.5 plus 105. Now it's 8 minus 120 for that over. Interesting little line movement there. Let's see if the money reflects a slight move towards the under and a move towards the Pirates. And like usual, big bets coming in on Pittsburgh in this game. 9% of the tickets, but 56% of the cash. 43% of the tickets and 77% of the cash is on the over. And the line, depending on your book, on DK, it's actually moved up 10 cents. So depending on your book, if we're getting an 8 here, I'm kind of interested in this over with Shohei Ohtani. I'm not an Ohtani guy. You guys know that. Let's take a look at the ballpark, pal. See what type of weather we're getting. Minus 2% runs, but plus 9% home runs, minus 11% double triples, minus 1% singles. Looking at the pitching matchup here, Shohei Ohtani, he's been okay. 4.24 ERA, 1.37 WHIP, 13.11 strikeouts per 9, which is 34%. 4.24 walks per 9, a 3.46 BABIP, but a 3.58 FIP and a 3.46 ERA. On the flip side, Oviedo, 4.83 ERA, 1.11 WHIP, 7.35 strikeouts per 9, 39 strikeouts per 9, which is 20%. 2.27 walks per 9, a 2.36 BABIP, but a 5.05 FIP and a 4.42 Sierra. Bullpen advantage does go towards the Pirates here. 4.6 FIP, 4.10 Sierra compared to 6.03 and 4.63. Hitting advantage goes towards the Angels here. 119 WRC plus, which is 6, compared to the Pirates, who are dead last, 30th, with a 70 WRC plus. The market's telling me Pirates are a live dog in this game. I just want to go with the over here in this spot because I know the Pirates offense is anemic. It won't provide much. The total is only an 8 here in this spot. I think we get another over in this game. Minus 120 over 8 for me. I do expect the Angels to put up runs against Oviedo, and maybe that's what I'm just going to have to rely on for this game. But I like the way this line's moving. I got the over in this spot, over 8.
I think that the Angels are always overvalued when Ohtani's pitching.
Always.
And when it comes to Pirates, yeah, the one problem with it is I cannot back the Pirates. Remember when this team was like 10 games over 500 in first place in the division? Now they're dead last in the division, 12 games under. They've had an awful stretch, and they're 2-8 their last 10. They happened to win last game against the Guardians to avoid getting swept. This is not a good Pittsburgh team, guys. They are not good by any stretch of the imagination. And that's the main reason why I'm staying off of it. I feel like I have a decent chunk of plays. I might have something for the last game, but for right now, this game is a stay away from me. I'm not going to go after it.
Fair enough.
Twinkies run line. If you're gonna do it, might as well get plus money. If you're gonna bet the Angels if you're gonna bet the Angels, please bet the run line. Do not bet their money line at minus 180. That's stupid. Let's do it money. I like the run line too. I got Twins, Eduardo, Julian, total bases over 1.5 plus 150, and RBI plus 150. Julian is on a 8-game hitting streak and has 6 games with multiple hits in those 8 games. He is hitting .485 last 30 days and crushing righties.
He's a great rookie. I've noticed that.
There you go. By the way, speaking of rookies, walk off. So BR put their top 10 power rankings for rookies. One Met made it.
Alvarez.
Kodai Senga. Yep. Over for sure. Yep. Angels in the over. Good luck to you. Team total over the Angels. Sure, I'm not backing the Angels, though. This game is the best to rise the stock of on Ohtani. He's going to shine. You don't really need to rise the stock on somebody who's already the best player in baseball. Yeah. Ohtani over 7.5 strikeouts. I can see that. We'll go to this game, which I'm not too big of a fan of.
Yeah, I was staring at this game a little bit, but I just don't know if I can get involved with this. I think the Astros sweep this series. But let's get into it here. The Houston Astros and the Oakland Athletics, and this line opened up at minus 220. It actually got up to 250 last night. It's now down to a 226, so it still moves 6 cents towards the Astros in this game, which maybe makes them a little bit more affordable now that the line has been bought back 24 cents. Line opened up at an 8 on Bet Online. It's down to a 7.5, suggesting that Framer pitches well here. And actually on DraftKings, it opened up at a 7, and it's gone up to a 7.5. So depending on where you look, lines are going up on DraftKings. The totals are going up on there. 54% of the tickets, 91% of the cash is on the over. 50% of the tickets and 79% of the cash is on the Athletics. There's been some buyback, but it's been mostly line moved towards the Houston Astros here, suggesting that maybe Houston puts up some runs in this game here. Let's take a look here. We can get a team total over 4.5 at minus 120. I'm not huge on JP Sears, and let's look here. Ballpark Pal real quick, because we know that Oakland Coliseum is one of the worst hitting conditions in baseball. And let's take a look at the pitching matchup real quick. Framer Valdez has been good. 4.44 ERA, 1.22 WHIP, 11.62 strikeouts per 9, which is 31%. 2.73 walks per 9, a 3.28 BABIP, but a 3.09 FIP and a 3.24 SIERA. I see how maybe this total is so low because I don't know where the runs from Oakland come from. On the other side, JP Sears, 3.34 ERA, 0.91 WHIP, 8.49 strikeouts per 9, which is 24%, 2.12 walks per 9, a 2.13 BABIP, a 4.16 FIP, and a 4.22 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Astros here, 4.61 FIP, but a 3.34 SIERA compared to 4.39 FIP and a 4.08 SIERA for the Athletics. Hitting advantage goes towards the Astros here, 121 WRC plus, which is number 4 in baseball versus lefties the last 30 days. And this is also where I see Oakland struggling. 84 WRC plus versus lefties, which is 24th in baseball, and they get arguably one of the best lefties in baseball in Framer Valdez. I'm kind of curious how is my Cy Young on Framer Valdez looking. Okay, plus 250. He's plus 250, and McClanahan 475. Gosman's now in there at 375, and Garrett Cole at 250. So I have two of the top 4 there. And your Blake Snell Cy Young ticket's not looking half bad. He's now third. He's now third on there at 4-1. So your Blake Snell call may be pretty decent. But I'm looking at the Astros in this spot. You can get a 4.5 team total at minus 120. I think that is very affordable, and that's just because the total is so low. And the run line here is minus 135. I usually don't like laying that type of chalk on a run line, but I truly think that they just come out here and they take care of business. So Astros team total over 4.5 and the run line at minus 135. It's chalky, I know, but I think the Astros take care of business here.
I don't really see value in going after the Astros. Should they win this game? Absolutely. Is it worth me going and betting the run line, which is, what did you say, minus 130?
Yeah, minus 135.
Yeah, I don't really think it's worth I don't really think it's worth that. So this one, once again, it's another stay away. I will have something on the last play of the day, but this is just not a spot that I wanted to really go after. So sorry, another pass.
Fair. Yeah, this is not my favorite spot on the card, but I mean, the Astros, this is their time to try to make up some ground on the Rangers, and I think they do here.
Back to the chat.
Yeah. People in the chat seem pretty confident in backing the Twins. Ryan is not pitching like he was earlier in the year. He's given up 16 runs over his last 4 starts. I think I might have to jump on that over 8. Yeah. I like this over 7.5. Yes. A's reverse run line. Hell no. Hell no. I knew game 1, Stros would cover the run line. I think it gets worse, and I'm convincing -1.5. I almost grabbed the -2 last night on the Astros. I almost grabbed the -2. I do not see where Oakland gets runs, but this game, they can find it leaning over big lean. Yeah. Roof. Framer Valdez. Yeah. I like this one over 8 Twins. Yeah, I mean, I like a lot of overs today. And this is one where I'm going to rely on only the Astros to score runs. That's why I grabbed the 4.5 rather than the full game over 7.5. I'm just going to rely strictly on the Astros there. Final game of the night. This is one I really like here. As you guys probably could tell, you guys can probably figure out where I'm going for this game. In this one, I've already done a free pick video on it. And the lines moved in my favor. Love to see it. So let's get into it here. Seattle Mariners and the Toronto Blue Jays. This line opened up at a 130 last night. And it's now down to a 109. I got involved when the Mariners were 119. It was plus 109 on the other way around. So it was plus 109. It's now down to a minus 101 on the Blue Jays. Line opened up at an 8.5. At 8 at even money, and now it's an 8 at minus 117. A 17-cent line movement towards the over in this one here as well. Let's see if the money reflects a move towards the Jays and a move towards the over. 53% of the tickets, 85% of the cash is on the over. Kind of leaning that way too. 41% of the tickets, 63% of the cash is on the Blue Jays. Beautiful. I love seeing that type of ratio there. 40-60 is a really nice ratio in my opinion. 30-60, 30-70 is a little better. Not bad, though. I'm very happy with what I'm seeing there for my my overnight bet there on the Jays money line. Let's take a look here at the Ballpark Pal, minus 5% for T-Mobile Park, plus 2% home runs, but minus 11% doubles, triples, minus 1% singles. Yusei Kikuchi and Bryce Miller. Kikuchi, 3.67 ERA, 1.04 whip, 9.67 strikeouts per 9, which is 27%. 2.33 walks per 9, a 2.7, 273 BABIP, a 358 FIP, and a 3.68 SIERA. On the flip side, Bryce Miller's not looked bad. 2.75 ERA, 1.07 whip, 8.69 strikeouts per 9, which is 24%. 2.29 walks per 9, a 269 BABIP, a 3.44 FIP, and a 3.94 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Jays here. 3.44 FIP, 3.59 SIERA, compared to 4.81 FIP and a 3.53 SIERA. The hitting advantage goes towards the Jays here. 102 WRC plus, which is 16th, compared to 96, which is 17th. I like the Jays here in this spot. I've already played their money line. I'm going to grab their first 5. And with the way the line's moving towards the over, I'm going to grab their team total over as well. I really like the Jays to take care of business in this one. You can get a 3.5 on their team total in this game. I really, really like that number. And the first 5 money lines, a minus 110. So I'm on the Jays 3 ways in this game. First 5, minus 110, full game. I got plus 109 last night, and the team total over 3.5 at $1.35.
3 words, Nick. Kikuchi, revenge game. Let's get it. I'm on Toronto. And I'm a big Seattle person. I think they're going to end up. Well, I thought they had a shot to make the playoffs. They just have been
mediocre. They are not a good baseball team.
They are 48-48. They are exactly even 500. The only thing that kind of concerns me is the travel spot. Toronto had to travel pretty much across the country. It is what it is. Kikuchi is going to be up for this game against his former team. And this is still a Blue Jays team that's been playing good baseball. I know they lost 2 out of 3 against San Diego. But I think they have good pitching today. And I think they're able to take care of business against a middling Seattle team. So, yeah, Toronto to end the card.
Yeah. Give me the Jays. Yeah. Jays towards the top of the AL East. Let's get it.
Don't do this, Nick. Don't do that. That's gross.
The future World Series champion, Toronto Blue Jays. All right, let's take a look here. Winner is a winner. I'm getting final 7-2. Great opportunity. Great. Yeah. Already Seattle it is. Matter of fact, I'm going to stay. Yeah. Over 7.5 or over 8. Mariners, but I see people like the Jays. Is that the sell cap? No. Thumbs up. May have to roll with the cooch. Yeah. I like this game. Toronto is starting a West Coast trip, but this is a dangerous trip is dangerous for them. Meanwhile, Seattle not doing good after the All-Star break. I think it's a turn for Seattle. Seattle run line. No, thank you. Let's do it. Blue Jays. Yeah, but that is everything for today's slate. You know what that means, Tim?
Yep.
It's time.
Housekeeping.
You guys are new to the channel. Make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Check out all the links in the description below. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Facebook, Picks and Parleys, Premium Plays, merch, TikTok, ESP Shorts, and the EarleSportsBets.com website, all linked down below. I'm currently putting 3 links in the chat. They are to the Instagram, the TikTok, and I'm about to put in for the Twitter. So you guys can go ahead and check all of those out and help grow all the everything over here. We appreciate everybody who does follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Make sure you check those out. Balling Out with Tim Earle is on the Picks and Parleys YouTube channel. Went over 5 games. Obviously, we talked them over already. But go over there. Make sure you leave a like. Tell the boss man I'm doing a good job. And then make sure you guys check out SeatGeek, concert tickets, sporting event ticket needs, ESPN checkout, $20 off your first purchase. Recap for today. I like the Cardinals, Orioles. I like the Tigers. Giants run line. Arizona. I kind of like Kansas City. Cleveland, Mets. Rangers in the over. I lean Brewers over in the White Sox game. And we'll wrap it up with the Blue Jays. Nick, go ahead.
Yeah, massive card for me today. Looking at it, probably have way too much action. Let's get into it. Cardinals, team total over 3.5, full game over 8. That game starts in about 2 hours. Detroit, San Diego over 9. I'm on the Rays -1 and the full game over 8. I'm on the Natties, team total over 4.5, full game over 9.5. Doubled up on the Yankees, first 5 -0.5, full game run line. Guardians, first 5 money line. Arizona, team total over 5.5, full game over 10.5. Mets, first 5 money line, team total over 4.5, full game over 9.5. I'm on the Rangers, team total over 4.5, and the full game over 9.5. White Sox, Twins over 8. Pirates, LA over 8. Houston run line and team total over 4.5, and then finishing off with a double up or a triple up here on the Jays, team total over 3.5, first 5 money line, full game money line for Toronto.
There you go. That's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll be back tomorrow for another episode. Thank you guys for watching. Good luck.